Hey guys, Amelia here. I am with Troy, aka the Certified Health Nut. He has so many years of experience in healing and has an awesome TV YouTube channel with so much awesome content about how to better your health. So Troy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, let's see, where do I start? So I started out as a Versace model, sitting in Milan. I had bloating issues, I was retaining water, and I had a career I was building. And that industry is ruthless. And so the agents were like, honey, you're fat, and I'm like, I just went out and had beer and pizza last night. It's like, I'm a young 20-year-old. It's like, what difference did I do from, yesterday to today? And so I started researching nutrition, sitting in Milan, and I was they have farmers markets there. And so, in America, I'd never been to a farmer's market. So all of a sudden I started eating better, more fruits and vegetables, and I instantly got results. And then I started reading literature on fasting, internal purification, herbs. I came back to the United States and I did my first 10-day cleanse, and I was hooked. And so for the past 30 years, I've been practicing nutrition, fasting, juicing, herbs, to the point where I worked with an herbal company in the Amazon for many years as well.
Wow. And
so I researched all the powerful plants down there. And then I continued to, go through my studies. I also had a big rock star phase when I was modeling, and I had to sober up from the party animal lifestyle. I basically crushed South Beach in the 90s, and we put the whole place on the map. Me and my friends and a bunch of club promoters.
And then you decided that you need health. Health was your route.
Well, I knew that I had to sober up if I was going to be any successful in life, or much less live. I was on the fast track to basically self-sabotage and killing myself. And so,
do you still drink?
No, I don't drink anymore. And took me about 4.5 years to sober up, but it was meditation that really set me on my way. And I started studying meditation with S.N. Goenka, and I sat 11 Vipassana courses, and that revolutionized my consciousness. Then I started working with Maori healers from New Zealand, and really powerful healers. Had some emotional healing with them, and been working with them for 22 years. And then I started working in the Amazon with the Shipibo shaman and drinking ayahuasca. And so that's kind of my 30-year journey. And then I also got married, had children, and got divorced, and that was a big part of my spiritual experience. And so that's basically the last 30 year healing journey. And I've studied and practiced everything that I've learned, and really, it's about the application of the information. It's not the information itself.
So I see that you've been busy, you've been traveling a lot. Sort of meditation is really what grounded you into that and really help you on your journey to transformation. So I see that you have done some pretty radical things for the average, viewer that doesn't really engage too much in health and in wellness. So what are some really out of the box, out there things that you have done that have really helped transform you that aren't really commonly something that are really known much about?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind, I'll break you guys in easy. The first thing that comes to mind is ayahuasca, and of course I have this shirt on. I let this filmmakers use some of my content in the Amazon, and they made a film called Ayahuasca. And so Ayahuasca. So ayahuasca is the world's most profound herbal medicine, in my humble opinion. It penetrates the liver, the gallbladder, the intestines, but more importantly, the nervous system where we hold our beliefs. It's a hallucinogenic plant, a hallucinogenic brew, psychedelic brew. It's not child's play. It's not a party drug, though. And so basically what jungle medicine does is whatever's not essential has to go. And so it's like a system defrag. It's going to pull out files that are running on your system and that are sucking your energy. And ultimately, they're affecting your long-term survival. And so the ayahuasca gives you a peer into your own consciousness, into your own lifestyle, and allows you to get really clear on the life that you're living. And so ayahuasca is one of those esoteric things that that I've utilized that is fundamental in healing human consciousness. I would have to say that studying Vipassana meditation with Goenka was extremely radical as well. You know, to get initiated into that, you have to do 10 days in silence.
Wow.
And
it's a long time to be in silence. Most of us can't stay silent for 30 minutes.
yeah, so, you know, that is extremely powerful, especially if you look at the research on neuroplasticity in both psychedelics and in meditation. These things are highly effective for healing PTSD and
now,
mental
really quickly
disorders.
before, just in case the people that don't know what neuroplasticity is, it's the ability for your brain to change based on new information presented. So you can literally rewire your brain, your thought patterns, to have new habits and new beliefs and new emotions based on these types of exercises that Troy is speaking about, and the ayahuasca experience as well. I personally have never experienced it. So what is your advice for people that are curious about it, people that are open to trying it? How would they know that they're ready to try this? Because this isn't a party drug. This isn't something to play around with. It's something that is serious for your spiritual journey and your spiritual growth.
Yeah, well, I would say that your intuition always knows. A big part of my work is helping human beings, especially men, turn on their primal instincts, their innate intelligence, clear up their gut microbiome, which is your second brain. So your brain material is in your stomach as well. It's brain ganglia is down there, and so you intuitively know. You are an all-knowing, self-healing organism, child of God, is my humble opinion. And so so you already know. So if you're sitting at home watching this and you're going, oh, that sounds crazy and that's idiotic and that's stupid, then it's probably not for you at this point. And so if on the other hand you are intrigued and you're like, hey, that sounds like a good idea, then start going down the YouTube rabbit hole and look at other people.
And look at all of it. Mm-hmm.
Well, and see, because when we're learning on the internet, you know, I postulate that we're moving into the age of authenticity. The information age is already over. Everything's on the internet. It's the age of implementation, the age of authenticity, to know, to become that which you're studying. And so you can pop on YouTube and look at someone and pick up their frequency and vibration, their information, and go, hey, do I want to emulate that person? Or no, that's a little bit too radical for me. And so let your intuition guide you, and go down the YouTube university rabbit hole and see if the ayahuasca is a good journey for you at that time. And I take people to the Amazon in Peru and Brazil. It's fully legal down there to work with the shamans. It's legal in Mexico as well. And so, you know, you're going to want to do it in a safe and secure setting. So set and setting is everything when you're doing psychedelic medicines. Sacred medicines, as I like to call them, the peyote, the bufo alivarius, the iboga, ayahuasca, cubensis, which is magic mushrooms. You know, these things are sacred medicines that have been here for a very long time. Most of the religions were probably written from the consciousness that came from these psychedelic plants, or activated these states of awareness. We have dimethyltryptamine, DMT, inside of our pineal gland and every cell in our body. It gets activated in a mystical state, in a lucid dreaming, in a near-death experience, and a lot of these psychedelic medicines activate the DMT or the dimethyltryptamine.
Wow, great information. Thank you, Troy. Now, if anyone wanted to learn more about you, where can they learn more?
My Instagram is pretty on fire and alive right now, so I put up a lot of content there. My YouTube channel is also has, you know, almost 500 videos on there, and those are the best places to get a hold of me right now. I got troycasie.com and I have certifiedhealthnut.com, but I'm most active and I give a lot of free information there. And you asked about the esoteric information and some of the more hidden gems in the world. And some people know this because they follow me, but I've been practicing urine therapy, or the ancient art of Shivambu, which is ancient Ayurvedic medicine, for 15 years. So the first thing in the morning, I drink the middle stream of my urine, and it's a biofeedback loop, and it's loaded with amino acids and
How do you do that?
human growth hormone. And how do I do what?
How do you extract that?
I pee in a cup.
You pee in a cup, and then you have a system to filtrate it, or?
No, it's already filtered.
Oh, okay. So, and what does that have in it?
It has antibodies, it has amino acids, it has stem cells, and it has HGH, or human growth hormone. And so the practice isn't right for everybody, but she asked.
Well, it's great to know what everyone is doing.
And yeah, you can research this as well. It's the ancient art of Shivambu, Ayurvedic yogic technique. And so I also use it topically, and I had injury from black mold exposure, and my gut got compromised, and I had issues down there, and I did aged urine enemas, and the parasites that came out of me were incredible looking. And so and there's a book called The Water of Life by J.W. Armstrong. You can read that and hear about all the other miracles from this golden elixir of life. I don't think that the panacea exists, but if it did, I think it would come from you. And again, I've been drinking it for 15 years, but topically and using aged urine enemas, I only started doing 2 years ago. My breathwork coach taught me about this. He cured himself of testicular cancer.
Wow.
And so
That's powerful.
yeah, and he challenged me to a 7-day fast, and he showed me how to age it. And I'll tell you, for your skin, I have experienced nothing better anti-aging for the skin than aged urine.
Wow. So there you go, guys. Might be the answer. Urine therapy. Where and how would you research it?
I would read J.W. Armstrong's The Water of Life.
The Water of Life. J.W. Armstrong. There you go.
And YouTube University, again, finding others that are practicing this, looking at their videos. Hey, do I want to learn from this person? Do I want to emulate? Not every cockamamie idea do you want to adopt into your life. And also, let me put the addendum out there. You definitely want to clean up your lifestyle and take the toxic makeup, underarm deodorant, shampoos. You don't want to be using that and absorbing that through your skin, which ends up in your blood. And you want to make sure that you're eating a very clean, organic diet. You don't want to be taking medical drugs and then looping your urine.
Yeah, so maybe that wouldn't be for someone that's starting off on their health journey. You would need to be someone that would be very clean to be able to do that form of therapy?
I think if you start moving in the direction of clean, drinking your own urine first thing in the morning is going to give you a direct feedback loop of what you're doing and not doing that's working. So if you've got too much acid in your system, you're going to taste that. And there's going to be a very subtle, unconscious, subconscious biofeedback loop. So you're going to instantly learn from yourself.
Wow. Well, thank you, Troy, for that information. Is there anything else that you'd like to share?
Well, we did some breath work, and I thought that was profound. Breath work is free, and I highly recommend that people do some form of breathing technique.
We'll be putting out a video soon.
Yeah. And, running, taking a jog, that's breath work, right? You're breathing, or lifting heavy weights. That's going to be, breath work to a certain degree. But if you can watch that video and gain some energy off of that, I think there's been a lot of research. It's helped me with my own anxiety, mental health as well. And if you can couple that with either cold showers, obviously in South Florida, it's not as cold as here. And then here is not as cold as Canada in the winter. But cold is a great teacher. We've been so domesticated We've got air conditioning, and we've got heaters, and we've got chairs to sit in, and we've got cars to drive around in. We used to walk and deal with the elements, and we've gotten out of that, and we are highly adaptable human beings. And it looks like the domestication has turned us into zoo animals. We've gotten fat and sick. And so reverse engineer that. Just get out there and move the body and put yourself in situations that aren't so domesticated.
Yeah, thank you for your advice and for your time, Troy.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for watching, everyone.